Hello everyone, thank you so much for coming to today's painting. It's this butterfly with forget-me-not. And so at the end of the painting, I told you I need to reinforce this because as we put on the background, the original sepia ink of the antenna here is an antenna, I think, is gone, and so I had to wait until it's dry to do that, and I did that. And so that's the only thing that I added, at the end, towards the end. Okay. And so all the color and the drawing, I will do a drawing too. I was not going to do a drawing because I will explain as you start the video. You see why I explain, but I will do a drawing for you guys, so you can follow the flowers and everything in here. And the reason why I'm holding this brush is I will still put the description of where in Amazon you can order these two brushes for $6 something. Well, the thing is, only one of you actually got the last one that they have, and so I wrote them in English, and they're from China, so I might write them again in Chinese and see if they will actually restock this, okay? Because I felt really bad that, after I use it now for 2.5 weeks, I really love them. They can do very fine line, but then they have a little bit of belly, and for some reason the water kind of come to the front slowly, so you won't have suddenly a blob, which we have to control with our zero brush. Okay, they're all very good brush for detail, but I have to be honest, this whole 2 weeks I keep reaching for these two brushes, and so but they don't have it, and so we will just have to wait. But I will still put the description, and so we can use the drawing that I gave you last time and rotate this, but I'm going to give you a drawing for this one. Okay, so you can have the forget-me-not coming here and there and just have fun with the painting. And we'll explain about the forget-me-not a little bit and the butterfly, but it is going this way, and the next time I will do a butterfly with perspective, meaning it won't be facing us straight like this. It will be going this way and that way. Maybe we have time, we can do two. Maybe we'll do one butterfly, I don't know. But I know that you guys like the simpler painting, and it's easier to follow and not as overwhelming, and it doesn't take as long, okay? And so that's what I am doing. I think about you guys and what you actually really expected from me. And so I'll just use the Pentel, the Arts 0.4, and sign this painting right now. Where should I sign it? Maybe over here. Okay, and all the color, everything, all the information that you really need. And some people said that I didn't talk about paper because it's always Stonehenge, and it's on my product list on my blog. So there's a column say product list, and it's all in there. I used the Stonehenge, but I'm going to shout out to Deb. She had helped me with Venmo, just trying to get some supply. So I'm going to get a different kind of paper just to try it out, just for fun. But I find the Stonehenge very reliable. And if you wanted to scan it, actually, your own painting, not mine, scan your own painting, the Stonehenge will appear, because the arches has a lot of dip and stuff. I struggle because I have a good scanner. It will show the texture, but not with the Stonehenge. And we can do a few layers as you see, practicing with me. So this butterfly is different than the two that we did last time. Okay, so that's it. And I will also put my Venmo. I find that might be what I would prefer, the only way for you guys to help me. I don't like them, not the Patreon very much, and so one time is a better way, I think, for everyone. And if you guys would like to support me with supply and everything that I need, that is something that you can consider. And my Venmo link will be on the description here on the YouTube channel too. Okay, but we really have a lot of fun, and thank you for your support, those that have supported me. And I will put them in good use, get more Stonehenge or get more brushes. And with these brushes, it really is you hit and miss. But remember I told you guys not to go to Hobby Lobby and get this one, okay? That they have it in the free pack. Well, you know, with everything, if you have that, I mean, I use this right now to do big background just when I'm splashing on some paper, because, you know, and whatever, you know, because like I have brushes like this that I absolutely, I don't use them, but, you know, I can flick the dust, right? But so don't make a lot of mistake, and this is another flicking brush, flicking dust, you know. If we make a lot of mistake, then we have to you know, use that for not very productive use. I cannot believe these two brushes are for $6.90 or $6.69 something, you know. It is so good. But I think I'm beginning to learn to spot good brushes now, and so, you know, I like to order them. This is a wolf, this is a squirrel, because, you know, for that price. So I ordered another one because I was very sad that this ran out. So I went and ordered this also for a few dollars, and it is also good, but I need to test it more. I won't talk about this, but anyway, yeah. And so I'm gonna write them in Chinese and see if it come back, and I will you know, put some other link in the description, you know. But these ones, like the zero, and my first happy dot which we use in this is from Oriental Art Supply. And I don't know what happened to my flow brush. I'm not seeing it, but we didn't use that this time, so we're good. It will show up, you know. This is funny. And anyway, I am very grateful for you guys and grateful that you're here, and I'm going to stop talking unless you know, I need to answer more questions. But we also use the Holbein Royal Blue for the Prairie Raincoat color. But if you have a color that's lighter for the Forget Me Not, you can also use that, okay? And that's totally up to you. And don't stress about it. I think it is very good. But like I told Nancy, she is, you know, it is good to get the good painting. I mean, the good watercolor paints, because they are more clear. And so I think Holbein actually come out with some other paints, but I'm going to go and see when they're not available in America yet. And so when they are, so I will use the Venmo money to go buy some more so we can, you know, have fun. And also I want to show you guys one thing is this is the Kiyotaki, I think it's Kiyotaki, you know, gold color, and I will do some painting that we can actually use some of the gold color just for fun, but I'll add that at the end so that you guys don't have to, if you don't want to use that. It's just for fun. And I think that's it, and we should get started. Thank you. Okay, we should get started today. The sun is shining so bright. I love these days because the light from the window actually helped me. Okay, we have a drawing here, right? And I don't know if you guys have watched my, you know, now that I'm looking at it on the video, there's a lot of, when I'm, I actually have a light box, and I'll show you what I did, okay? Last time, on my the two butterfly that look like is from a book, I give you guys a drawing, right? And I told you that you can use that drawing as you want to paint more butterfly. And so now I want to paint this butterfly in the setting with some flowers. And the flowers that I choose today is the Forget Me Not, because that's kind of an old, you know, the flower is still around, but the ancient people, the artists, like to use that more. And so what I did is, like, do you remember the drawing that I gave you, okay? With the two butterfly, and I told you that you can use that as a template, right, for future. So I just used the small one, and I turn it aside, and then we can change whatever we wanted on the butterfly. And so maybe right now I will just change a little bit so that, you know, to show you you can try to practice and be comfortable with doing that. So what I'm going to do is just extend the wing just a little bit, okay? Just so that you see how easy it is to, so we want them to be symmetric, right? And so we're gonna do this side, okay? And all the product that I use, you can either go to my blog Sunset Peony .com. There's a link, there's a product link, and you can get pens like this, pencils I mean. Oh, I think that's quite nice. We're just gonna leave it that way, okay? And this one come over here, and so I'm gonna make this with the two eyes and has an approximately the place maybe right here. I like this antenna a little bit bigger because just that's just the style. And you know, when it's not like right onto you like this, maybe, you know, with some perspective, I actually would like it even longer. That's just you know, a preference of design of artists. You know, I find that as I get more and more into my art and more experience, I actually like to design my object. I'm becoming more and more like an Asian artist, right? You know, that's what they taught them to become at the very end. And so so that they can design their own composition. And I kind of getting more and more like that, just also because I don't like to copy people too much, like right on, you know, everything. I don't do that. And I remember these two brush, the $6 some brush that I put in the link in the description of the last video. Okay, these I find that I keep reaching for them. I even, oh, can I show you? I even use them for some Chinese calligraphy that I use, that I do during Sunday. Sometimes I do that on Sunday, and just so that my Chinese do not, so I use a hymn, usually it's a hymn, and then I just calligraphy, just so that I won't get rusty on my skill. And so we're gonna use some of these, but if you have the zero brush from Oriental Art Supply, you can use that too. And I would just talk. I would just like get painting and talk. Okay, so I'm gonna use this one because this is the wolf one, and it's a little bit softer than the other one. I think the other one I finally realized that what's the meaning of the purple word, and it's a sheep. So this one is a sheep. Oh, okay, I actually used the wrong one. I'm supposed to use this one. So the other one that you just saw me dipping color, that one was actually, I ordered another one because I'm beginning to feel like I can actually, okay, so this is cadmium yellow light. Okay, so we're just gonna lay down the color nicely and happily and not worry too much. Okay, and as the color is laid down, then it just kind of get, the pigment is dispersing, right? And so we'll just keep pulling the pigment out, okay? And then gonna put a little bit of pigment on the bottom. So the bottom part is going to be whiter, okay? So I'm dipping with a cleaner brush. Cleaner meaning the pigment is all gone, and I didn't wash it this time. I'm just pulling more pigment up. Just go dip into pigment of my this dish that I show you guys all the time. Okay, so the color is a little bit more intense towards the middle. Okay, and now we're gonna put the cadmium yellow, this cadmium yellow medium, because we wanted to have more than just one color. That's the way I do things, you know. So just to give it some, you know, you can hardly tell, you know, but it's to give it some variety. I don't quite like just having one color. Oh, there's a piece of lens. I was wondering, what is that thing that is floating on my painting? With all these brushes around here, and using eraser so much, you get lens all the time. And so we're gonna just kind of put that out also, okay? Now, this, of course, we're not trying to be a botanical artist, and so we're going to just design our own, okay? Do the best that we can and make a, so now I'm going to use the stiffer bus. This one is the squirrel. No, yes. Oh, okay, I tell you sheep, but actually it's squirrel. because I can see that the Chinese character right there. Okay, and so I'm going to dip that in the sepia ink. So we should talk a little bit about, okay, I put a link of these two brushes, right? Because both of them, I knew that they're going to be good brush, and they turn out to be great. And like I just showed you, I use it for my Chinese calligraphy. Okay, the two little eye right there. I think those are called eyes. And then I'm going to do the body, okay? Just do that one side, and then to do this part on the other side, also that one side. And then my intention is to come back with a clean brush, okay, and disperse this sepia color. The sepia color next to that yellow is just so pretty. Some colors just, you know, they meant to go next to each other. And the reason why I'm doing that is just so that the form will be a little bit better, okay? And then what I wanted to just dip a little bit more sepia color and put it right there. Okay, so these two brushes are very good, and I put it on the link down in my description on YouTube, right? And so I keep visiting them, and so now we're gonna do this. This is a little bit hard, but we can do it. We practiced last time, right? Okay, we're gonna put this, and you know, it's hard for me too, by the way, you know, to make it. So what I'm trying to, the hard part is to make it one stroke. And so the brush has to be very sturdy and reliable, and so is your ink, right? And so with practice, we can do that. We can, you know, I can see that there's a little split. I still have good enough eye that there's a little split, and so now that make me happy. Okay, I'm just gonna leave that with that. You know, even though there's like a lost and fine line there, it's happy for me. Okay, and so what I'm going to do right now is, yeah, I hope that this use also sepia ink, because I don't want it to use the black one, okay? And to use the same thing now, because I have to go through these fine edges. So, oh, okay, before I do that, okay, what I wanted to is a little kind of a pattern that look like a box, okay? And so you can do that, okay? Just kind of draw along with me. Skip a little bit and do 3 of them over here, okay? The same on the other side. Now, the reason why we wanted to kind of draw it with a pencil is because, one is because I'm teaching, and so it make me more steady, you know, as I go. But for you to, you know, you can, you know, not try to wing it, you know, so to speak. And just do that. Okay, we're gonna, with this very sharp, right? With the very, very sharp, clean brush, you pick up some sepia ink, and then you start over here. So the color of the sepia is actually quite intense, okay? Okay, so back to talking about the brushes. Well, you know, I put it on my description down there, and the people that sell it is from China, and so they say that they sold out. I think one of you actually bought the leftover one that they have after I bought mine, and congratulations on whoever you are. You know, some of you, you know, I love all of you, different personality, you know. I just love that. I love seeing that. I love you know, getting to know you. Some of you just jump on things really fast, and that's just the way you roll, right? And I love that. And so you got the one that they have left, and you know, with testing out a brush, okay, like the way we're doing it, we are friends, and so, you know, you trust me on whatever I told you, that I know that this is a good one. But we can't tell until we use it for a long time, right? Like the one that the really fine line brush that I got from Jackson, and I ordered from them, and they just turn out to be kind of bad, okay? But for $6.99, I really like that, and it looks like it's a good one. And so, and then they ran out. They ran out of stock, and they say currently not available. We don't know when this is gonna come back. So, okay, I'm going to use the, you know, so there's a little bit of hair that's trying to come out, which is fine in the beginning, which I've used this for a couple of weeks now, so it's not so much beginning. Now, so what I'm doing is I'm getting a clean brush and softening this line. so it's not too harsh. But with butterfly, it can be kind of harsh, okay? And then I say that I really need that to be a little more intense. Okay, every time you paint a picture, the way the water is, the way the paint is, you know, sometimes you just have to, you know, you just have to adjust, right? And so as you paint, you know, I really don't know how you set up your palette, and so you might actually have a more juicier, pigment than I do, okay? And so that is great too. Okay, now the reason why I use this brush, you know, again, is because I really needed the point to you know, be very pointy, right? Now you can tell that those pigment are not moving very much, and the reason is because it's very dry pigment. I know today Utah hasn't rained for who knows how long, at least 2 months now. And so, you know, it might sometime get a little splatter in the evening, you know, but so we're very, very dry. And I can feel it as a human. You know, I almost feel like the leaves are trying to, the trees are trying to extract the moisture from the human. I'm not kidding. You know, we feel so dry, so we drink a lot of water, use a lot of electrolyte. You know, my daughter actually, during the summer, get more migraine because of the lack of electrolyte in her, and it's very hard, you know, so she actually drink a lot of electrolyte, and I ordered them. But she just came visit me, so I was, you know, I had to order that for her because she had a couple of migraine, and we kind of know how we need to deal with it, and so she's doing better. But then she left, and so I always have electrolyte in my family, in my house, you know, just so that we won't get too dehydrated. Okay, at this point you can say, well, I don't want this part to dry out. Maybe I should just come and soften the line now. So you go clean your brush and dab dry it, and just come over here. Wow, because this tip is so fine, you can actually use the tip, and the softening works really well. Okay, so this side is softened too, right? You might be able to still see a harsh line, but you know, with butterfly, you can actually get away with that. Okay, and keep going, dipping some more sepia ink, and keep going on here, okay? And so with the people, I went in, and you can see that I'm making them more abstract instead of all square or rectangle, okay? And I need to be a little careful as I'm coming through here. You see that I changed my mind on the placement of that little square, okay? And now I come in and soften these lines, okay? Soften them. And so with the seller, I actually wrote them in English. I could write them in Chinese. Maybe I'll try that again and write them in Chinese and say that you guys need to go find some more of these brushes, because, you know, I want to recommend you, and if I can't recommend you, then what good is it? That is a little bit of frustration for us, you know, but with, you know, China seller, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little bit of a flashy paint color. You can use burnt sienna, but what I'm going to do is burnt sienna and pick up a little bit of magenta, okay? And just, because the sepia ink that I put in earlier is dried, so I'm just going to put in some flashy color. Maybe this painting won't be so long, and then, you know, I hate to always make those super long, but, you know, they're good. You guys have already reassured me that you don't mind at all. Okay, now, and some of you do mind. Back to the sepia ink, okay? So, because this yellow is totally dry, right? We're so dry. We're just so dry here. And so I tell the, now this is also in your, this area, this little loop. I call it this little loop. Is also, I also give that as, you know, on the copying. So this one, oh yeah, I'll still do a drawing for you. I don't mind. This is not gonna be too time consuming. Okay, and so I told the seller, I say, you guys really need to, you know, just, okay, you can draw the line yourself ahead of time, but since I didn't, for some reason, I'm just going to wing it as I go, okay? And just make sure the butterfly that I'm looking at, I am totally, so we need a little bit of very slight of the sepia over here, okay? Because like we say, we're not botanical artists, we can, and this one coming this way, okay? We can actually do the pattern ourselves, just as long as it have the likeness of a butterfly. Anyway, so I told the seller that you need to, you know, restock your thing, and I hope they listen to me, but you never know. Maybe they don't, you know, the translation is quite bad, you know, at Amazon, so I don't know if they will be able to see my requests, you know, and understand it. But anyway, I try my best, and I hope that this brush come back, because I like it so much that I actually wanted to go out and buy another set, but instead I bought this one, and I haven't had a chance to test it yet. And so I almost like confused and used that one earlier, right? But we will, you know, I will take the time to do so, and then I will, you know, I will let you guys know, okay, how it goes. You know, people said that it's not, okay, so this one go this way, okay? People say that it's not good to stay in very dry climate. And I guess I would just believe what people say. Okay, we're gonna use this tip again, okay? And maybe I should change to my zero brush, because a lot of them still have the zero, and which is a very good brush. It's gonna last you forever, right? Because we have discovered this for a few years, but the problem is they don't pick up as much ink or as much pigment, and so I have to, you know, be careful, okay? So that you guys don't have to go buy the new. You can see that the pigment are not as smooth, because there's just not a lot of belly on the zero, but it's still a very good brush. And so, you know, it's not good to live in a dry climate, I heard. And so it's not good for our body, but it is what it is, and we've settled here, and so it's just so dry. So we went out and turned on the sprinkler to play with the baby, my daughter's baby, and she really liked it. It's so hot. But just maybe another month or so, then we will be able to enjoy some cooler weather, hopefully. Okay. Just go wet the brush and hope that it will come to a point even more. You know, because the other brush is not available, and I really felt bad that, you know, okay, I'm going to soften this. I'm going to have a clean brush and come in and soften this area a little bit. Okay? And so that it is not so sharp. Just a tiny little bit. Just a clean brush, you know, how we soften things. We just rub it through the line so it's not as stark. And then we have to do it with this too. So should we do it now? Yeah, sure. We'll do it now. Soften it a little bit. There's pigments, a lot of pigment actually on this line. So be very careful when you're softening it. If you choose not to, that's fine too. Okay, and then oh, did I draw that already? Okay, I did. And then this is the line that separates the two wings. Okay, and then, you know, I've been doing so much butterfly. It's just really fun. I practice and I practice, and okay, I still have a hard time, so make sure that there's more water in the belly here, and then go pick up some more pigment and see if that will, you know, because the other one really, oh, okay, good. It's so good, you know, right? And then you fall in love with that, but then I can't recommend it to you, and so I got really sad. You know, I hope that it will come back. I have not seen. I actually surf Amazon, you know, and see if I can find a different one and I couldn't find another one. And so this is what we have to deal with, okay? I hope this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 and 6 on both sides, okay? Okay, and so now let's go into an orangey color, okay? And so what I always like is to use the cadmium. I have a cadmium yellow, medium, and have a little bit of red next to it. So I dip it on both, and I'll call that orange. And if I want it more orange, I dip it more on the red, okay? And so we need a little red spot right here. Okay, I want a little bit more red, so I'm gonna go into the red and intensify that a little bit. Okay, doesn't that look pretty? Okay, and then I'm going to do 2 little eye, what I call eye over here too. Yeah, one over here, one over there, okay? And then I'm going to use a little bit of diluted sepia ink. Okay, I hope this is diluted. When you want it to be diluted, it won't. And then when you don't want, when you don't want it to be diluted, then it's diluted. That's my little rant of the day. Actually, I love watercolor. Well, you know, as with everything that we learn, right? We just need to deal with it a lot. And then they become our friends. The pigment, the brush, and everything become our friends, and things are not as hard. It all comes in with practice, because then we understand our environment better that way, okay? Now, remember last time I did a draw and push? Paint, put down your brush and push. Okay, we're gonna do that again, okay? And let's try it with this little brush, or we can do it with that brush. But you know, other than that one person that got it, I don't think that most of you can got that. And I really, as soon as they come back, okay, maybe I'll write them in a Chinese letter, since I know Chinese, and see if that will make a difference for things to come back, okay? Because I absolutely just really like these brushes, you know, and it doesn't look like it's going to lose the point, you know, like the Jackson, the synthetic brush from Jackson. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Okay, now so let's start over here. Okay, we put a line, because I wet that a little bit. Line down and lift up. Okay, oh, okay, I didn't do that one right. Okay, and push down and lift up. Okay, I think the reason is because this brush are not as elastic as the other one. Okay, but we're still gonna do it. Okay, okay, let's go from this area, push down and lift up. Okay, push down and lift up. Okay, then lift too well, but we'll take it and push down and lift up, push down and lift up. Okay, so it's not totally a straight line. There's a little bit of curve on each of them. Yeah, I really like that brush, but you know, hopefully it will come back. We'll see what well, you know, I imagined to myself, I thought, why do you say something like that and we don't know when this brush will come back, right? I think it's because people they might have ordered a bunch of them, and then through the years they sold them, and maybe the brush maker are not there anymore, you know, available, or they close their shop or whatever, get too old, and so you see that little curve, you know, not as beautiful as if we were to use that one, but we will use what we can. Okay, and then I'm gonna come in and just give it a little softening. Okay, because with butterfly, if you don't want to soften, it's fine too. The sharp line works. Okay, it's very, very pretty. And so I'm gonna use a very diluted sepia ink and just put little dots right here. Okay, just to make the butterfly pattern a little bit more. Just give it a little bit more. Okay, and that's it. And our butterfly is done. Yay! Okay, now let's go to do the forget-me-not, okay? And with that flower, I'm just thinking about, okay, just any kind of soft brushes you can do, okay? Because the forget-me-not, okay, just a second here. I need to drink water, and I went to get the Holbein Royal Blue. Okay, that's what the color we're gonna use for our forget-me-not. Okay, and so we are going to use a brush. You can see that I'm not planning this ahead of time. Okay, let's just use our good old standby. Okay, our standby, the happy dot. Okay. Because what I did is with my practice, I just focus on using these two brushes. And so, but now I kind of realized that you guys don't have that. So we need to, you know, use brushes that you guys have, okay? So we get that to a point, and I'm going to use the Holbein Royal Blue, okay? Because Forget-Me-Not is like a periwinkle, but then I realized that with the Royal Blue, if you use that in a... Okay, I'm going to darken this a little bit so you guys can see. I'm following a line that is bent over, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is, because she is the, or he or she is the center, okay, I'm going to, center, the focal point, right? And so now we're going to use the, you know, forget-me-not, and so this is not the focal point. So we are actually beginning stage of our background, okay? And so I'm using some water to pull out that intense ink color, okay? Pull out the intense ink color right there. And I'm going to do abstract shape. You can tell that I do not actually have anything that I'm following, you know, and the reason why I'm doing this is because I wanted the shape to be, you know, because when you're looking at a flower, they don't always face you, you know, straight on, right? And so these abstract shape will make the painting more dynamic and pretty, and not as stiff, I think, you know. Okay, so we have two butts here. Okay, I need my pigment to be a little bit more. Okay, and sometimes you can just like kind of push and do 2 petal, do 3 petal, because we can't see all the petal, you know, all the time. So this is really fun. So you don't have to worry about being too, you know, worry the shape is not like the forget-me-not. It is a very pretty flower though. You know, sometimes you can do strokes that are going like this. You know, it's just signify there's a color going in the back. The color are not cooperating with me, if I may say so today. They seems kind of dry, and maybe it's my brush that is dry. Okay, so you just do odd shapes, okay? All shapes are now, but the thing that make a forget-me-not is over here there's a little bit of a pink blossom that are supported by the green. Okay, so we're gonna go into our green mix with our happy dot. Okay, just you know, maybe get some perlin green. I hope you guys have one of these that you can just pull out anytime. Okay, so we're gonna do a V shape, okay, and a V shape over here, and some shape of V kind of going over here, okay? All right, and then what we're gonna do is go back, you know, over here, of course it's dry, and use the cadmium yellow light, and just kind of dot the middle, okay? So that kind of like, because it will reminiscent this one, so that's one of the reason why I'm doing that, okay? And before this, I'm sure this is dry already. So let's go to some magenta, okay? Just a light wash of magenta. And we're painting a blossom that's not open yet, okay? So kind of like an oval shape. Just kind of whatever shape, you know, you can put, and then you can even put one over here. And like, how about a dot that's over there without any supporting green, okay? And that will make it like a forget-me-not. And then we're gonna keep going and dip our happy dot brush onto the palette, okay? And then we're gonna do a cluster over here, okay? And I'm gonna do odd shapes, okay? And have them mingle together, because we don't really need to worry too much about, you know, the shapes, and you know, and when a cluster of flower is coming towards you, you can hardly see the, you know, the bending of the shape, which I will use a green color to do that, okay? Like right there, okay? So now we have a cluster, and then I want one that is bending out here, not as severe, this one, and might be slightly, okay? So dip some more of that royal blue. Now, if you don't have royal blue, you can just, you know, go into your palette and think, okay, what is more like a periwinkle color, you know, or close to that, you know, just kind of like a true blue, and then you just use that, you know, no stress, don't worry, okay? You know, because of the shape, you know, you or the viewer will know, okay? So I want this to bend a little bit, okay? So I'm going to have a little petal over here, and then go do some perlene green, and just kind of do that, okay? Oh, my color is doing well now. It's getting more juicy. Okay, like that, okay? And then we will let that dry a little bit and go in and dip some cadmium yellow light. Okay, just like that right there, okay? And in order to show that there is some buds that are not open, then we can put some like a little bit of a heart shape, you know, of a magenta over there, okay? And then we need to put the yellow. These are not quite dry, but I think the yellow can mix in with the blue is fine, okay? We'll just put that because this is more watery than that, if you can see that. Okay, very, very simple. Now we can use a sharp brush. Let's go back to our 0, and then we will get some maybe perlene green mix. This is how mix with the, you know, with the sap green, okay? And so we're gonna do a curve, right? And you can move your paper. Okay, so I'm gonna come down here and then try my best to do this curve, okay? The reason why I do second and third stroke because I don't want it too thin. That represent the stem, STEM of the forget-me-not, okay? So I'm gonna do that and then follow through with that, and that is the bottom. Yeah, of the bottom, okay? And so with forget-me-not, they actually have, okay, well, we will draw one, okay? They actually have stems coming out everywhere, very pretty. And then within the stems, they're gonna have more flowers. So we will do that, okay? Just a little bit. And over here, we can do the same thing, okay? We can just kind of, all this drawing, I will have that in the drawing for you, okay? And we can dip some over here. Now, we don't want this to be too detailed, right? And so we're gonna come and fix that so it won't be too detailed. Okay, now it's time to go get some magenta and fill out these buds before I forgot, okay? I don't want to, you know, forget that. Okay, all right, because it's the, and so now, as the flower is done, we're going to just go do the background, go back to our, a little bit bigger brush, and we're gonna do the background, okay? And then we'll be done. This is nice. I wanted to do one with perspective, another butterfly with perspective, meaning they're not facing you straight forward. They're kind of, you know, on the side, because that's kind of pretty. And so it could be our next painting, or next painting I might do a blue flax flower. I haven't decided yet. You can see that I am, when I practice and then I make the video, okay, I'm getting some indigo blue, okay? And then I'm gonna go right up to the butterfly over here. I always like brushes, you know, try to get yourself a point, right? I'm gonna go right here so that it can go right up to the butterfly, okay? And then pull it out, pull out the color. Okay, and then I'm ready to, I'm still holding this, I'm ready to have a clean brush, okay? And it doesn't need to be, and then I'm gonna, doesn't need to be too pointed. Sorry, sometimes I just like say my sentence halfway, right? You guys are such a good friend to me that you don't write, you know, write me and, you know, and and complain, I guess. You know, sometimes it's not complaint, sometimes it's just suggestion. I understand that, okay? Because I know you guys do love me very much and very supportive and, you know, appreciate, you know, us painting together, and I really appreciate that. I really felt like we are friends. And, you know, some of you, oh, I just got a Venmo support from Deb. And she's very, very kind, and I wanted to use her support in Venmo to get some, now I want some royal blue because I want the suggestion of, because forget-me-not is a very prolific flowers, right? And so I'm going to just, you know, just by dabbing the color over here, it suggested that there's more blue flower color, okay? So we're just gonna have fun and doing our background now. And so I'm very, grateful for you guys' support, okay? And all I can do right now is to give out my Venmo. I'm gonna talk to my daughter because I did tell you guys that I don't want to make you support me in a monthly, but a lot of people don't know how to work Venmo, but I will be surprised if you actually know how to work Patreon. Oh man, that's so hard for me. I really had a hard time with Patreon, and so I don't really like them that much, you know, but I don't know. As of right now, I think Venmo is the only one that way that you can support me, and I love it because then I can use the money to get supply, or sometime I will do review, right, and get palettes and all the fun things that we can do. And thank you, Deb, you know, for supporting me, and I really appreciate that. And so I do have a Venmo account. I will just from now on put that down at my description, so you guys can do that if you wanted to. It does cost a bit of money to run a channel, right? You know, but it's okay though. I love it. It is also for my growth together with you, and so I don't have any intention to you know, to abandon project because of the cost, you know. Okay, a little bit of that cadmium yellow medium that's in there, okay? And if you look at the butterfly and you say, oh, sometimes some kind of you know, area need to be worked on, maybe put a little more detail, you can do that, okay? Because, you know, I know that, you know, my painting and you guys are painting, of course, are different, right? You know, just put indigo. Sorry, I'm taking indigo, and sometimes it's perlene green, and sometimes indigo mixed with perlene green on the paper with sap green. Now be careful when you're going through this line, okay? Because the line, because it's watercolor and sepia, you can actually lift it. It can actually disappear. But it didn't disappear, so that's good. But if it did disappear, then we will come in and redo that just a little bit. Oh, I think this is like so sweet. Such a sweet little butterfly painting. I really love it. I hope you guys, you know, it's easy to follow. At least I hope it is, you know, and it's kind of fun. I hope you guys are having fun and really, really do this with me. Oh, it's so good for us to, you know, do watercolor and do art, you know, while we are, you know, in all age, right? It's just good for us. It's just really good for our brain development and our brain maintenance of the sharpness, right? Okay, cadmium yellow light, and I think that's it. So what will, oh, I'm going to do the body a little bit, okay? Use my zero brush. Okay, I really think that the background need a little bit more green, so I'm going to drop some more perlene green over here and make it a little bit more green, okay? You know, trust yourself, right? As you look at the painting, you say, you know, I really wish that there's, you know, there should be more color of this kind over here. Now, you can see that my sepia line is going away, okay? So what I will do is, when this area is dry, I'll come and strengthen the line, redraw it, okay? To strengthen the line a little bit. Okay, so I'm not like really worried about that. I put a little bit more green over this area. Okay, I really like that. And this is our painting. So it's so fun. It's just so fun. And so, yeah, let's do this together. Let's get where's my zero brush? My brush seems to be flying everywhere. I think I have too many brushes over here. And so I don't see it. I get some sepia ink and with a sharp point. Okay, I'm going to sharpen the inside line of the body a little bit. Okay, sharpen it a little bit, because as we paint, and then I'm going to draw the horizontal, the body line of the butterfly, the bug, right? And so that's it. But you know, this is still wet. Okay, so if I put the sepia right here, trying to go in there and do the two line, it will just disperse. So I must wait. So I'm very sorry, but yeah, I'm just going to end the painting right here. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go right there, okay? And then I'll sign the painting, and I will see you guys in the next painting. Love you very much. Thank you so much for coming and painting with me. And now, just one thing before I stop, okay? Now, don't put a shadow line over there, because unless this butterfly is landing on a wall, okay, then it will have a shadow, you know, down here or maybe over here. And so it is in flight, so it would not cast a shadow on something. For something to cast a shadow, it needs to have something in the background, right? Like, for example, this is my napkin that I use, and for this pen to cast a shadow, it has to cast on here, right? If the pen is floating, it doesn't cast a shadow, if that makes sense. So if your butterfly is in flight, then it would not cast a shadow. Just something, you know, for you to think about, okay, when you're doing this butterfly painting. I love you guys very much. See you in the next painting.